It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
So, Dan,
Hit me.
I have a cautionary story to tell as well. You ready for this?
Is this an insurance type of story?
No. This is revolving around landscaping, and actually, it's a plug. I don't know for who, but for anybody that owns a landscaping business. Ready?
Give it. Hit it.
Okay. So I told you a little bit about this when we were talking a couple weeks ago, and I got more information as time went on. I was down at my in-laws with my wife and my two daughters. We were outside playing, pushing the kids in the car, this and that, and there was a bunch of people working across the street. And what I came to find out was the guy that owned the home had his daughter and her boyfriend at the house, and the boyfriend was helping the girl's daughter or the girl's father to do their landscaping. He was building a retaining wall. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so,
where this is going.
Oh, you haven't even heard the best part of this story. This is fantastic. So what I come to find out was this boyfriend found out the dad was looking to hire a landscaper. The boyfriend used to do landscaping in college, and he said, "Don't hire a landscaper. I'll just come over and help you. We'll knock it out."
And you think it's going to take me 5 hours? I bet your ass it's going to take 2. I can do it in 2.
Right. And I'm sure he had all kinds of cockiness. And when it's the girlfriend, you're trying to show off a little bit. You want to go help and do all those manly things. And so we're standing outside, and they're moving these huge, heavy rocks or boulders and stones to build this retaining wall. And all of a sudden, we hear a scream. They were carrying one of these boulders together, and the boyfriend dropped his edge. It flipped down and fell on the father's foot and crushed his toes.
Oh.
Now, listen, I heard this story and I thought this would be funny to share on Turf Step Radio because in and of itself to this point is a great story, but it gets so much better. They rushed the dad to the hospital. He had some broken toes. He's going to recover just fine. It was an accident. It happens. But the boyfriend and the father had to cancel their tea time the next day because the dad broke his toes, because it was the boyfriend's fault. At which tea time, the boyfriend was going to ask for the permission to marry his daughter. And when I found out that story, I died. Because instead, the boyfriend ended up asking the dad, while he was sitting on his lazy boy watching football in a cast, right, if he could have his daughter's hand in marriage. Can you imagine physically harming your father-in-law and then the next day having the gonads to still ask for the permission to marry his daughter? I think I laughed for a day straight. I couldn't stop laughing.
I like the strategy of when you're at your worst, that's a great time to verify that things will be okay if they can handle you at that point. Now I didn't break my father-in-law's foot, but I didn't do like the ask for permission thing. I maybe gave more of like a, hey, FYI, FWIW type of thing. Like, hey, here's what's going on. But it was definitely after I had just been out ice fishing, drinking beer and smoking cigars with buddies. I showed up at my in-laws' house and I was like, hey, by the way, Marty's out of town, but I'm thinking about asking her to marry me. And I figured I might as well come over half in the bag and smelling like cigar smoke. And if you can put up with me now, I think we'll be good for the rest of our life. And here we are,
Here we are.
And Dan hasn't gotten any better ever since, but they did get married.
Yeah, that's generally been a theme in my marriage, is set a very low bar that I can even step over. It has served me really well.
You should write a book.
I should do that more with our clients.
You just set them way lower bar.
Hey, yeah, we're normally we'd tell you we're going to call you back at least, within 24 hours. But let's be honest, we're not actually going to do that. We'll get to you. We get to you.
So point of the story is hire a bonded, licensed, and insured landscaper to do your work so you don't miss out on golfing or potentially the woman of your dreams for the rest of your life. It's that simple.
It's the choices we make in life.
It is the choices we make.